good morning, guys. I'm here still in my hammock. Slept like a log. That was a really nice sleep. I love hammocks, they're just so comfy. But yeah, I feel like sausages are calling my name and coffee, so I think it's about time that I got out of my slumber sack and got the fire back on and got some water heated up. But yeah, if you've never tried a hammock, do it. They are so comfy. It's just good to sleep at a slight diagonal, and then you get a bit of a flatter sleep, and pile some clothes behind your head. And even when it's hot, I find having something underneath you just helps insulate you, because otherwise you've got air running underneath you and it gets a bit cold. So I've got my reindeer hide underneath me, and that's worked an absolute treat. You can get underquilts which work great as well, but I didn't bring mine, so reindeer hide underneath sorts everything out. Right, let's get up and Adam and cook some sausages. So fire's on, coffee's on. I had a lovely sleep. I woke up at 5 because I set my alarm, and I walked down to my hide and I sat in there for about an hour and a half, and nothing was really happening. And then I zoomed in with my scope and I could see that there weren't any peanuts at the feeder, and I panned around the woods, I couldn't see any movement. So I got up and I went over to the feeder, and the blighters had eaten me out of house and home during the night. So yeah, they'd emptied the feeder, so that when I went to bed, so I was in the hide a bit before bed, they were all still there. There was a real decent amount of peanuts still left in the feeder, and at 5 when I woke up, they're all gone. So I think at this rate I have more luck catching a squirrel that falls out of a tree laughing at me than I do actually shooting one on the squirrel feeder. But it's all part of the fun, it's all part of the learning. I will get one and I will cook it and eat it, and I'll do my best to manage the population in here. But they're obviously pretty brainy, these ones. They know I'm after them, I think. So yeah, after my fruitless efforts in the hide, I actually came back to bed and got another couple of hours sleep. So yeah, absolutely lovely. I just love sleeping in a hammock, and when you're able to not have a tarp above you and you can just look up at the trees, and it's just amazing. It's so immersive. So yeah, I'm a happy boy this morning, and I'm looking forward to a coffee and a sausage sandwich. That sounds good.
Thank you, Tom.
The man himself.
Arrived for coffee. Thank you. That pries my eyelids open.
So Dad's here, and he arrived quite late last night, and had a bit of a dramatic entrance to the woods, didn't you, Dad?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
What had you driven through?
So I drove through a hornet's nest, and I was turning the car around, and they completely covered my car. And by the time I got to the woods, I had 4 or 5 stuck to the car. And then they got off the car and attacked Tom in the dark, so we couldn't see where they were coming at him. So I bravely stayed in the car until they'd gone. But it was like, they were like an inch long, like really big.
I think they might have been the Asian hornets.
I'll tell you what, they were
they were pretty huge, but
they were like and zombies going at you.
Dad was like driving the car at me, and I was like running away from the car.
Not on purpose, I wasn't doing
because he was like trying to see where I was leading him in the woods, and he didn't realise, but he still had like 5 hornets attached to the front of his car. Apparently, when he first did it, they were just swarmed
all over the bonnet. They just attacked the car.
But
luckily, I didn't have the window open.
The angriest 5 decided to stay put on Dad's bonnet, and then took me as a target, so I just had to leg it.
Yeah, they wanted me, but they decided Tom was a better option, so chased him up the lane of the woods.
So that was a bit dramatic at about 11 o'clock, but it was fun. And then we got here, and Dad had brought some coffee with him, and so we had a coffee and a whiskey, made Irish coffee, and we had some pudding together, and it was just nice. We just sat and chatted and laughed about the hornets for a few hours, and then went to bed. So we both got our cups of coffee, so I think it's time I put the sausages on.
Lovely.
Oh yeah. Yeah, me and Dad are fueling up. We're going to go for a walk today. I'm not going to film the walk, but yeah, we're going to go put some miles under our boots. So nice hearty breakfast, and then we're going to have a day exercising, so it should be pretty nice. Yeah, these are delicious. Absolutely lovely. And huge chunks of apple in there. Right guys, I'm going to have a pipe, and then we're going to head on out for our walk. We're going to take the cars back home and walk from the cottage, I think. Got my lovely Stanwell pipe today. And some Uno, which is a signature series by George Jensen, per George Jensen. So yeah, Uno in my Stanwell. You can just smell the funk. It smells like a farmyard. In the best way. I like farmyards. Well guys, we have had such a leisurely morning. We've had a lazy boy breakfast, big sausage sandwiches, we've had coffees, and I'm just finishing it up with my pipe, which is delicious. It's just so nice to wake up to the woods, to have nice weather, and to just have time to be outside. Absolutely lovely. camp. I hope you guys have enjoyed watching it. I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me. That's sort of what I wanted to capture in this sort of video. Not necessarily me doing anything specific, just bringing you along for the ride. And I hope you guys have felt like you've been here camping with me. Anyway, it's been a lovely time. Me and Dad have a hike to do. We're going to pack up, put the fire out, and then head on out for our walk. So as promised, we're out on a walk. We've walked to Buell Water.
You won't beat that one, Tom. That's the prize blackberry of the day. That's going to be going in here.
And we are blackberry picking, and we're going to make jam and a crumble or pie later. So I thought I'd just show you guys that. Don't neglect the humble blackberry. It's awesome. Well, I didn't intend to film the walk, but we sort of got carried away blackberry picking. So Dad, show us how much we got. So we got a fair amount there, and that's us being very picky about the blackberries we choose.
Yeah.
Picky, sorry, pun intended.
No blackberry flavoured maggots.
We're going to finish our walk. We're going to do a fairly large loop, and then yeah, we're going to get back to the cottage and cook up a few little bits. So I will show you little brief bits of B-roll of what we do, as it's all part of the outdoor lifestyle, isn't it? Foraging and making things with it and cooking and stuff. So hopefully you'll find that interesting. And yeah, I'll see you when we're back at the cottage. You are kidding me. You are kidding me. Not like 2 meters away. I'm not in a hide. I'm not being quiet. And he is 5 meters away.
What's he eating?
He's eating something. There he is, look. Mate, if I had my rifle, they just know. They just know. Crafty little bug. Okay guys, so I'm starting the jam. I've just got some jam sugar, some caster sugar, and a whole kilogram of blackberries. Dad is also making
Blackberry
pie with apples from our neighbour's garden. And yeah, I'm going to melt the sugar down and then bring this to the boil and yeah, start the jam making process. Well guys, I know I said goodbye already and then I went walking, blackberry picking, cooking and jam making. So sorry about that. This is goodbye for now, but do stay tuned for my next video. And yeah, if you see any blackberries around, do make use of them. We were just having a chat about how we think it's sort of one of those arts that we don't want to lose. It's a good tradition and you get a lovely load of food out of it as well. We picked 1.5 kilos of blackberries in no time at all really, so yeah, definitely a fun one to get out and do. But anyway, see you guys in my next video. Cheers, bye.